The Holy Gospel, according to St. Mark, the 13th chapter. Listen now for what the Spirit is saying to the church. Jesus said, "In those days, after that suffering, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from heaven, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in clouds with great power and glory. Then he will send out the angels and gather his elect from the four winds and from the ends of the earth to the ends of heaven. From the fig tree learn its lesson. As soon as its branch becomes tender, it puts forth its leaves, and you know that summer is near. So also, when you see these things taking place, you know that he is near at the very gates. Truly, I tell you, this generation will not pass away until all these things have taken place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But about that day or hour, no one knows, neither the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. So beware, keep alert, for you do not know when the time will come. It's like a man going on a journey when he leaves home and puts his slaves in charge, each with his own work, and commands the doorkeeper to be on watch. Therefore, keep awake, for you do not know when the master of the house will come, in the evening or at midnight, or at cockcrow or at dawn, or else he may find you asleep when he comes suddenly. And what I say to you, I say to all, keep awake." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, O Christ.
Time is a weird thing. Time is a creation of humanity. We keep time. I talked to Tig, my dog, the other day, and he doesn't understand time. He knows that he should wake up, and he knows when he should eat. He knows when he should cuddle with me, and he knows when he needs to go to bed. But he doesn't have a watch, although I've been trying to fit a watch on his little paw. But time is it works differently at different times in our life, does it not? In some ways, time is this valuable phenomenon that we are constantly struggling with. It's something that can be very helpful, or it can be something that we are constantly battling with because of something important, and time is not on our side. In the church, we are kind of wonky with time. Is it the end of the year? Sorta, kinda, maybe, I don't know. Tell me. Yeah, the church year ended last Sunday. Today is the first Sunday of the new year in the church. It is the time of Advent. We pattern our time in the church on the life, the death, and the resurrection, and the presence of Christ as the story is unfolded. Just kind of like what Linda was talking with the kids. This is the time that we tell the story. We orient ourselves in the church around the life of Christ. And we begin before he's even born. We begin right now with 4 weeks. 4 weeks of time. 4 weeks of time to wake up. 4 weeks to wake up and reorient ourselves. Time to get centered again in what is important in life. 4 weeks to understand that time is not something that we control. Even though we may have created it, time is something that is a gift of God that is blessed and given to us so we may use it in a way that gives life. But we have to be awake and understand and be intentional, and we have 4 weeks to prepare. Because in 4 weeks, somebody's coming to visit. Actually, somebody's not coming to visit. Somebody is coming to break into our lives like a thief in the night. In 4 weeks, something's going to happen that's going to change time, that's going to reorient, even now, how we understand the small steps of ordering our lives, our daily lives, as well as our life as disciples of Jesus Christ in community. Time. Time is precious. Time is unusual. Time is something for us to understand how God uses it for what is yet to come. I'm telling you, God's coming. You can hear the trumpets back. Last week, just kind of thinking about time, last week our washer of 12 years finally gave up the ghost. We draped it in black cloth. We mourned it. It had a nice little song it always sang to us when it was done with its cycle. But it also meant that we had to order a washer, and we have to wait. We have to wait basically 2 weeks for it to arrive and for the people to take the old washer away. So I'm in this moment, this past week, of waiting and preparing and trying to orient my life a little differently, because now I have to go to the laundromat. And everything I took for advantage, just going down to the basement to throw in a load of towels and then come back, put it in the dryer, that life is gone. So I go to the laundromat, and now I have to wait as washers are opened up and I can put my stuff in there. And then I have to wait for those to be done to put them into a dryer. And then I have to wait some more until those are done. And I have discovered that there is a difference between laundry, that there is a difference between washing clothes and drying them. I can get that done in an hour versus towels. How long does a towel take to dry? Forever! It's like, I'm waiting for you to come again, Christ. The other evening, when was it? It was Thursday or Friday. I finally got to the laundromat, and I had the load of towels that had been piling up for the week, and I threw them in the washer, the big, commercial, because I thought that would go faster. No, it does not. And then it was still daylight out, and I thought, okay, I still have things I want to do, and that I'm going to go and do, and I still have time. Well, I put the towels in the dryer, went and sat in the little waiting area that has no windows. There's the television in there, and it was playing The Fisher King with Robin Williams in it, so I got really engrossed into it, because that's a fantastic movie. And then I went and checked on the towels. They were still wet. And so I had to throw more quarters in there. Go back, still watching The Fisher King, engrossed. And then finally the bell goes off. I go and check the towels. They're dry, but I look outside, and it's dark. The day has gone away. Within the blink of an eye, my reality changed. Because it's winter. Sun sets at 4:30, 5 o'clock. And that just upset me. I didn't understand why it upset me so much. But it's just this little part within me, maybe also within you, that during this time, when the sun sets early, it feels like you have lost time. You have lost time that you could have done something that was fun, something that you needed to do, something that go and visit somebody, but it's only 5 o'clock. as Karen tells me. The day's not done. But to me, with the setting of the sun, we lost time. And it caught my breath because I was not awake. I was not prepared. And I felt a great loss because I wasn't ready. Waiting for something is a spiritual discipline. There's a lot of things in our life that we are waiting for. We're waiting for the birth of a child. We're waiting for our children to grow up and finally leave the house. We're waiting for a diagnosis. We're waiting for the other shoe to drop in a situation. We're waiting for the good things in life as well as the things that just take life out of us, that struggle, that will maybe even destroy our sense of what our reality is at the moment. But we have to wait. We have to take the time. And we have to see in each second, in each moment, what God is unfolding for us. During these 4 weeks, it is kind of apocalyptic in a sense, meaning that word apocalyptic means that something is greatly changing, it's greatly shifting, that something is at work that is going to make our lives unlike anything we've known before. And in these apocalyptic times, we have to be prepared, we have to be awake, we have to listen, we have to discern, we have to discuss, we need to hold close those that we love and care for. We need to be kind and love and gentle and find God within the moment, because it is God who will guide us through the great upheavals. In 4 weeks, on a Sunday, as the sun sets, because in the Judeo-Christian understanding of time, a new day begins at the setting of a sun. On the 24th, the day we know at least that much of when Christ will come again. On the 24th, things will change in the church calendar, because we will move then into Christmas, celebrating the birth, the arrival of Christ again. In today's gospel, Jesus says that the Son of Man is coming again. The Son of God is coming again. The Christ is coming. That is part of our faith. That is part of our tradition. As we celebrate the birth of Jesus, we are also anticipating and waiting for him to come again. But we don't know the time or the hour. What if Jesus is coming again on December 25th? Let's just put it out there as a possibility. How are you going to prepare, be awake, or be awoken so that you will not be surprised when our Lord comes again? And when he does, God has this knack of coming into our sense of time, breaking in and turning everything upside down. How are we going to prepare to show God that we have listened and we have fed the hungry, clothed the naked, fought for those that are marginalized, those that are seeking justice, those that are penalized because of whatever? How have we come alongside those that are in pain and hurt, that are broken? How have we mended the healing or healed people? How in your own life have you sought to walk the way of Christ in your daily life, not just on Sunday mornings, but in every second, every moment of your life. How has your life been a prayer to God? This is what God will look at you on the 25th. How are you going to account for the life that God has given you? It's only the first day of the year. We have some time. Prepare. Be awake. All glory and honor be to you, O Christ. Amen.